Hello friends, welcome to another Crochet with Me video. I really appreciate you being here today. Today my plan is to just kind of crochet mostly quietly, but maybe I'll talk as things come to my head, but I hope this finds you well and safe. We've been dealing with some inclement weather for the last few days, and school was canceled for 3 days so far this week. This is a Thursday. So we had a holiday on Monday, inclement weather days for the last 3 days, and we're expecting some more ice tonight, so maybe that's going to affect us for work/school tomorrow. Anyway, I am working on my first set of motifs for my Peacock Plumes blanket, or Afghan, and this is what the motifs look like. They will be in 3 different colors, and let me grab the other 2 colors so you can see. I have to make 11 each of this color, which is called Stonewash, and of course it's gold in the center. I have to make 11 of these and leave a 12-inch tail for sewing them on. I currently have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is my 8th one. I have 1 more end to sew in, and this will be done and ready. And so I have 3 more centers ready for finishing off the stonewash. After the stonewash, then I will have amethyst, which is a lavender color, and I will make 11 amethyst, and then aspen. I'll probably do aspen after the stonewash, and then amethyst, although it doesn't really matter. It's just a preference of whichever color I feel like doing. Whoop! But after I finish these, then I'll move on to the next set of 11. And I have already all the gold squares, the gold centers done for all 33. And then once all 33 of those are done, I will get to move on to attaching them, making the next set of motifs, doing the final border, and then it'll be done. Hooray! So anyway, yeah, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to swap over and get my camera set up. It'll be just a second here. I've got my setup. I'm just going to weave in my end. It's kind of a knot, and I'd rather it not be seen, but I don't know if I'll be able to get it hidden well enough. We'll see. Actually, I think I want to go this direction. Well, it's not too bad. Not too bad. Sorry. Puns amuse me, I guess. And I'm just going to kind of shove it in there. Quite honestly, I think it'll be pretty secure. I'm not too worried about it unraveling. Grab my little scissors. I love my little Ginger scissors. What kind of scissors do you guys use? These are great little scissors for cutting yarn or little fabric or threads, things like that. They are super sharp. Many years ago, when I was about to be married, that one is done now, I used to work for, it was called New York Fabrics, but I believe it's the same company as Joanne. And so when I was working there, I was able to get the employee discount on scissors, and I just love Ginger scissors. So I've got like, I don't know, 3 or 4 pair of Ginger scissors. Anyway, I'm going to make a slip knot to attach my stone wash onto the centerpiece. Yeah, I'm going to leave it a little bit of a shorter tail for weaving in. Anyway, for this project, I believe I've said before, but I am using an eye hook. The interesting thing about this eye hook is that it is a 5.25 millimeter. And so although I've got this great new set of clover hooks from Sanita to try, I'm not able to use it because the eye is a 5.5 millimeter. Oh well. So with this, I attach it with a slip stitch to the corner. Chain 3 and do another double crochet. The chain 3 counts as a double crochet. And then I do back post trebles over the next 3 stitches. Treble's not my favorite stitch, some of you know, but I've had to do many a treble with this project. I do like post stitches, just not trebles. Okay, when I get to the corner, I do 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, today I went to the post office, mailed some happy mail. So those of you who may be expecting some mail from me, you might get that in the next few days. There may be 1 or 2 of you not expecting some happy mail from me, but you may get that in the next few days. This music is relaxing. So for this whole week, we've been spending time rearranging a few rooms in the house, doing a 3-way room swap, which I'm telling you has not been a task for the faint at heart. It started that out as it was just going to be my friend coming over and helping me to clean out a closet and organize, and in my daughter's room / my yarn studio. I have been kind of sharing that space because our house is 4 bedrooms, but the 4th bedroom is a bonus room, so it's oversized. And anyway, I've been using the yarn studio while she's been at college. And then when she home, I kind of have to share that space with her. And we were just trying to plan out and organize the closet. And while we were talking beforehand, my friend says to me, thanks, Renee, by the way, if you're watching this, she says, oh, what do you think about, swapping out Samuel's bedroom with your current guest room? And because I just really feel bad that he doesn't have enough space and his room is really cluttered with all of his computer and gaming equipment. And what if we just swapped the guest room and his room, and that way he'll get a bigger closet? Well, the guest room is not really any bigger than his current room had been. But yes, it did have a bigger closet. I really didn't feel like it was was going to be that big of a difference for him because of the size of the room. So I said, well, what about instead of that switch, I move my yarn studio to the current guest room, and my son Samuel would move to to my current yarn studio / my daughter's bedroom. And then the guest room could become Samuel's current room. We'd have to paint it, but that means one less bed in the house, because making the guest room my yarn studio, there would not be room for a bed. Well, everybody got on board with that idea. And I don't even know why I suggested it, but my son had already talked about switching to that room, so he was on board. Mr. Mindful said, yeah, sure, okay, but we can't spend any money. So I'm like, okay, well, alrighty. Anyway, so we started this huge undertaking of getting things moved around. Now, my son on Saturday, when we brought this up with him, mind you, I guess he didn't think we were talking that day, because, well, we were raring to go and we were just ready to make the swap right then. And we start moving things around, and we say to Samuel, okay, can you start moving some of your stuff into your new room so that we can get this move done? And he goes, well, I didn't know we were going to do it today. Oops, that was not what I was supposed to do. I didn't know that you meant today. And we're just like, oh no. So in the meantime, we've got a bed moved out of the room where I currently am. Like, the guest room was mostly in the hallway at the top of our stairs. And I was moving my stuff into here and getting things set up. But then Samuel didn't want to make that move at all. So in the meanwhile, we've got like everything in the hallway. And it was some of the things from Isabel's space and closet, and the bed for her bed, and everything else. So that's fine. I just continued to work on setting things up in here in the new studio. And then Sunday I asked him, and he still didn't really want to do it. Well, Monday came with the holiday, and he still didn't want to do it. So finally, Tuesday, I tell him, either this move is going to happen today, or you're going to just be stuck where you are, because I've got to get the stuff out of the hallway. We can't continue to just have to walk around all this stuff. I said, I'm either going to put it back in that room, and there's going to be 2 beds in there, or you're going to move. So we finally got him moved. And then once his stuff was out yesterday, we painted the room. Well, actually on Tuesday night, I shampooed the carpets. I cleaned some of the walls. I cleaned the baseboards in our new guest room. And then we got everything painted yesterday, got the whole guest room set up, finished putting up some new curtains, which, okay, I did spend a little bit of money, not a lot, but a little bit. I got a new lamp and I got some curtains for a couple of windows because Samuel's room, the bonus room, has 3 windows. So we already had one set of black curtains, but we needed some more curtains for the other 2 windows. And then I needed to get some new curtains for the new guest room. Anyway, it's really nice, but it has been a lot of work, and my muscles are so sore. Just saying. I mean, I don't do a whole lot of physically working out, but when you're moving heavy furniture, when you're pushing a carpet cleaner around for, well, a long time, and then when you're painting, you're just using muscles in your body that maybe you hadn't been using as much as you should to keep them in shape. So I was pretty sore last night. And yeah. I'm just glad that the majority of it got done. And so I haven't really been able to crochet as much as I would like. And especially with our snow days, I wasn't anticipating. I'm going to need to, wait a second. Yeah, cluster. Let me make sure I did that right. Yes, in the corner I did a treble cluster, chain 3, and another treble cluster. Okay. Oh, all right, try that again. So I thought that with the inclement weather, I would have been a lot further on my motifs. However, I still have a ways to go. No worries though. I'm glad that we made the switch, and my son is really happy. His space still has some more cleaning and organizing to be done, but he is super happy. And I'm happy for him. Now, unless the twins are watching this, they're going to be really surprised because we did not tell them that we were going to make this change. And so my older son, he's kind of been staying in the guest room when he's home anyway. So I don't think it'll be that big of a deal that he'll just be staying in a different guest room. However, my daughter has still had half a bedroom that she's been sharing that space with me. And so she won't have that with the new guest room. It's very infrequent that the twins are home, at the same time and spending the night. Maybe a handful of times every year. So, yeah, probably. I know they've been busy with this weather as well as busy with schoolwork and getting settled into this winter semester. And so I need to double check my count here. 7. Oh, right. Okay. Chain 2 space. See what happens when you put things down for a couple days, then you forget what you're doing. All right, now just got to finish this one off and leave a 12-inch tail. So I've been using my other tails to measure out and make sure that I'm cutting the right amount. Yeah, close enough. Okay, then I got my 2 ends to weave in with this one. Then I will only have 2 more to go of this color. Anyway, once I get this weaved in, I will get started on my next one. So how do you go about weaving in your ends? How do you hide them away? Similarly to the way I'm shoving these in here, or do you have a special technique? When I set up my new pardon me, when I set up my new desk, I attached a Ziploc bag with some tape so that as I trim my ends, I want to keep them. I just stick them in the little Ziploc bag right next to me, and it's a gallon size, so it's going to last a while. I'm not too worried about it filling up. However, when it is done, then I'll have them to use for stuffing as amigurumi, or I don't know, something. I kind of like to get my tails into a space that's really solid, like the center of this circle, because then you definitely can't see it. And oftentimes it won't make its way back out. It's gotta, because it's getting short, it came out of the eye of the tapestry needle. I'm just going to kind of shove it back in there. The needle's already in place, so once it's there, then I can just tug it through. Here we go. Trim that off, add it to the bag. And that's one more done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 2 more to go. I think I will actually stop from this point. Move this off to the side. Just a little crochet with me time. I hope that you had a project that you got done and that you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. Take care and be kind.